yesterday. She goes by the name of Zainab Hirbo. Yes, I was saying Harbo. Hey, Kevo. It's Hirbo. Yeah, once again, karibu sana Zainab.
Thank you.
Now, for folks who are excited about, getting this book or joining you in this journey of, writing and that kind of thing, you're talking about the launch being on the 6th of December. Where is it going to be happening?
Nairobi Safari Club, University Way. That's opposite the University of Nairobi.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's good stuff, yeah. And I checked your social media. Hey, you've got a lot of, the who's and who's in society who are, showing gratitude. I like that.
Yeah.
And for folks who want to get this book, how can they go about that?
Oh, for those who want to attend the launch, they can come on 6th of December from 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Nairobi Safari Club. And for those who won't manage to make it on that day, I'll be live on TikTok, my account, Dibora Zainab Hirbo.
Nice.
That is.
Yeah.
And we do take orders.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Across the country.
Yeah. So how do you take the orders? Online or on your social media or a specific?
Online.
Yeah.
I have a number on my social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't want to put out that number?
Yes.
You don't want to put out that number? Maybe.
I can.
Yeah. What's it?
01 15 60 90 70 78. Sorry.
Nice. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So back to the book. Is there a specific scene that was so emotional for you to write, and why was it very emotional?
A specific scene. This book is full of emotions. So
Yeah.
A specific scene.
There has to be one scene that was a bit too heavy for you.
No specific scene, but I would say what Peter went through. Peter is the youngest in the family of the main characters. So he's usually talks to himself in his bedroom about how lonely he is, yet he has a family. People just he's a shadow in his own family. So when he sits and talks to himself, it's very emotional. And at some point when I was writing about that, I felt like I was, writing about it's me who was actually going through it. And then after writing it, I'm like, oh, I'm feeling a lot. That's what I'm not supposed to. It was just a fictional book.
Yeah.
I mean, a fictional story. So I would say Peter. What Peter went through.
Oh, that's good stuff. So you're a literature student. How did that play out for you when it comes to writing this book? Was it like an easy thing? Was it still very hard to compose the stories and that kind of thing?
Nah, writing a story has never been that hard.
Really?
Because this is my 5th book, but I have 13 books.
What?
That
You
I've
say
written.
13?
Yes.
Jesus.
Because I love writing passionately. There was a time I used to, just buy some bread, supper for a week.
Yeah.
I'm not going out, I'm just writing and writing.
Yeah.
That energy. I'm so passionate about writing and storytelling.
So what's your ritual like before you start writing? What do you do, to get that, to get your creative essence going on?
Actually, it's quite surprising, or I would say, because sometimes I'm just sleeping and then, a story comes and I just wake up and I start writing.
Yeah.
Even if it's in the middle of the night, I get the energy and I'm writing up to 5 or 6 a.m. in the morning. And then when I feel tired, I'm like, okay, let me rest. So I don't have a specific thing that, something that I say I'll do this so that I can get, the mood of writing.
It's true.
I just get the vision or in my head too. Then I just start
it's true. It's in random moments of life when you get the the burst of inspiration. That's why it's very important to actually have a little notebook. Yeah, that's another thing my mom used to tell me. Because even on radio, sometimes I probably don't have stuff to talk about, but I'll remember something when I'm even like in bed. So, and I'll jot it down real quick so that I can, talk about it on the air. So I understand what you're saying. At the same time, go ahead. You want to say? Yeah.
I was saying there is this book I've written. It's called it's a bit funny.
Yeah.
It's called Zombies in Kawangware.
I love the title. Yeah, Zombies in Kawangware. What?
I watch a lot of zombie movies, so
Yo, that's hilarious. Yeah.
there was a day I was going home and my friend was dropping me, so I kind of saw an environment, like people were walking, like there were many people.
Yeah, this was in the evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the evening, I'm like, and some people were like, some were selling, like people were doing their stuffs. There were so many people. I'm like, what if one of these people are like turns up to be a zombie? What will happen? I'm like, okay, but let me try to imagine on that. And then I started writing a whole book about zombies in Kawangware.
Okay, so guys from
Kawangware
are gonna, find that to be very offensive, but it's okay. So let me ask you, by the way, what inspired the title, Pieces of Yesterday?
Actually, Pieces of Yesterday was initially called Fragments of Us.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's parts of us, It's parts of the friends.
Yeah.
So after much deliberation with the publishers, we decided to settle with Pieces of Yesterday because it explains better, like the content of the book.
Yes, I understand.
The Pieces of Yesterday, like that's what actually the whole book is about. What happened in the past. Yeah.
Do you think people usually carry pieces of their past, fragments of their past, to the future, or to their current state, and for some weird reason they just cannot let go?
I mean, our yesterday will always be part of us.
Yeah.
We might try to be better, or we might try to be, but it will always be part of us.
Even things that happen in our childhood.
Yeah, it will always be part of us.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Both.
I think it's a bad thing.
It depends.
Me, I usually tell guys, if you try and remind me of stuff that I did when I was in Form 1,
that's part of you.
See, that's AI. That's AI, man. Because I'm just like, because you see now the problem is, people usually use, like the title of this book, Pieces of Yesterday, to judge you based on your current version. And, we forget that we actually evolve. Just because I was a crazy guy, just because I went through some, toxic moments in my past, doesn't mean you should judge me.
But that's what has made you who you are. Like, all of those things are part of you.
Yeah.
Maybe you are crazy and now you are here. Maybe you are here because you are crazy.
It's true. Yeah, it's true. Maybe I've learned from my crazy self.
So it's always part of us. Yeah.
Yeah. So I love the cover of that book. Mm-hmm. Does it have a specific meaning? And did you come up with the cover before the story or after writing the whole story?
After writing the whole story.
Yeah.
Even the book title, after writing the whole story.
Okay. Yeah. So the talk about the cover. Maybe you can help us visualize it as you speak.
Yeah, the cover, like you see, there are two towns separated by a road.
Correct.
But the road comes to they come to join.
Yeah. There's a convergence.
Yeah, there's a convergence. Yeah. So this road, like, it shows no matter like how much we try to run away from our past, like we will always, like, it will always catch up with us. We can't run away from our past forever.
Yeah. That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and me, anyway, so me, I'm always trying to run away from my past, but it's out too.
You can't.
Yeah, so I guess the other question is, what emotion, what feeling do you want folks to get off of reading this book?
I would say the feeling of, allowing ourselves to accept redemption, allowing ourselves like to actually forgiveness, and then what is it called? Not to hold on to anger, or not to pass your anger to other people.
Nice.
Not to project. I mean, what people, like, you've gone through something and then now you're projecting onto other people.
Yeah.
Like, totally. They're new people in your life, so you are projecting what happened to you in your past to those people.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not good. Like, I want them to read the book with a feeling of, forgiveness, redemption, all those things.
I like redemption. Yeah. And actually, speaking of redemption, I also believe everyone deserves a second chance.
Yeah.
That's another thing that I know I will get from this book.
Yes, definitely. From Michael.
Yeah. Oh, there's a guy called Michael. Yeah. So he ends up getting a second chance in life.
The book ends like in suspense.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. So you're a student leader.
I was.
You were a student leader.
Yeah.
And of course, co-chair of a national committee.
Yes.
Which committee is this?
The Presidential Committee on the New Funding Model.
What?
There was a problem when the new funding model came, like Kenyans, like...
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So that to me means activism, of course.
Yeah.
Leadership.
Yes.
Creativity. How has that influenced your journey as a writer?
It has influenced my journey as a writer because I'm also writing books based on the same experience or what I'm learning in those fields.
Yeah.
Especially politics. Yeah.
Do you intend to get into politics at some point?
I am. I already am.
You're a politician technically, yeah?
Yeah.
You know, by the way, when I posted the promo poster on my social media and what's up, there are 2 youth leaders who are actually in political parties who said they know your work. They are very well aware of what you do out here, and they were very excited for you being on the show. So apparently you're out here. Eh? That's good stuff. That's really good stuff, yeah.
From Nikujituma.
Yeah. I love it. That's good stuff, man. So all these experiences about leadership, activism, you're a student as well, you're a writer. What have they taught you about Kenyan youth and the struggles that they go through, and of course a sense of resilience that that they have, especially at a time when they say Kenyans are going through, especially youth are going through so much apathy. What have you learnt about Kenyan youth?
Through this space, like I would say, being courageous enough to step forward, or being courageous enough to do like not the norm, but not like in this space. You don't need to always please the crowd. Sometimes you have to make decisions. Sometimes you have to think like outside the box. You don't just say like most of people, like activists, think that being loved or being like doing something to be loved. You don't have to do something so that you can be like do something because you feel it's right and because you feel like it will have impact in our future.
Yeah,
that's what most of us are liking. Like we are not futuristic. We are just like, let me do this today. Let me show up. Let me do that. And people will like chant for me. People will like. What I've learned is, you just do you just do something that you think will have impact in our country or something.
It's interesting you put it like that because first of all, I also think young Kenyans wanajituma, especially your generation, and that's good. The energy is amazing, and I think that energy should be geared towards strengthening our democratic ideals. At the same time, we know what happened last year during the Gen Z Maandamano. From your perspective, do you think this is a revolutionary time we're living in as Kenyans? That was just a one-off, really.
It's a tricky question.
Yeah.
But I would say youths of this country are generally, they are awake politically.
Right.
They are very awake. But we only have one problem. The problem with us is we want things done, but we don't want to be part of the things. Like, we don't want to be part of the process.
Oh, interesting.
Like, we are like, we don't want that person, we don't want that thing, we want this thing to be this. But when it comes to decision-making tables, we are not there.
Oh, interesting.
When it comes to, even voter registration, if you see.
I was going to ask you about that.
Most of us.
What the hell is going on?
We're just online, we're saying... sorry to say this, 1 term, 2 term, but then when it comes to, like actually actualizing that, whatever we are saying, like there is zero effort. There is effort. Some of us are really trying, but it's a smaller percentage. So what we say and our actions, they don't go together. So as long as...
Are you a registered voter?
Yeah.
Nice.
So as long as our actions and whatever we speak on online, I don't think we can be a revolution, or I don't think so.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. So somebody also said, online is your ground, Kevin. Do you think that's true?
Yeah, online is your ground.
For real? Yeah, it's very sad because with all the things that we've been through, with all the conversations, especially civic engagements and conversations, it just doesn't boil to actual civic processes. There isn't legit outcomes. People are not on the table. People are not really, people are not engaging that much. I don't know why, and it's very sad. For me, I feel let down by our youth. Yeah.
That's
Do you feel
true.
the same as well?
Yes.
Do you feel let down?
Very.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially as a student leader.
And then the problem with this, the problem with our generation, we tend to, we just want to, point out problems. Like every time if somebody does something or something is happening, problem, like not solution oriented.
So do you think youth are ready for leadership? No, we always talk about, it's the time for the youth. Do you think they're ready for leadership in the country?
Let's not generalize them, because some of them are.
Yeah.
Actually, some of them are.
It's true.
If you go out there, some of the youths are they're really ready. You can actually find a 24-year-old and 50-year-old, you try to compare them and you feel like this 24-year-old is is very ready for that position than the 50-year-old. So I would say a smaller percentage are trying, but but if we try to generalize them,
there's a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work to do.
Do you think it's your responsibility to use writing as a form of activism?
I think
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
It's because I'm actually working on a book on leadership, politics. Sometimes I just sit down and feel like, there was a point in my leadership when I was facing some of backlashes because of, I was after the Mandamano, the new funding model came, and then we did some demos, and then after that, the CS for education, we wanted to have a conversation, like what can we do, like what can we change, or what's wrong with this new funding model? Because when they brought it, they thought it was okay, but we're the ones who are seeing the problem. They wanted a conversation, so I was let's have conversation with these people, let's hear from them. And people are like, oh, she's been bought. I'm like, we're just having we've done the demos, then what next?
It's true.
You can't always go to the streets, to the streets, then okay, they've heard us. Come, let's talk.
Yeah.
Like it's not something like in a hidden room,
So you believe in dialogue?
I actually believe in dialogue that has impact, that has results. Dialogue, and then that is, you can see like it's like working. No dialogue that is just there for formalities.
I understand.
Because when we had this, we managed to have the dialogue, despite the backlashes and students saying this and that. We had the dialogues, and then that's one of the resolution we made was coming up with the presidential committee.
Right.
To correct this new funding model, and the government actually I don't want to be seen like I'm speaking for them, but they actually listened, and then they came up with this committee. We worked like parents, teachers, lecturers, students. We were many from all sectors. And then there's some of the resolutions we gave, they are being implemented.
Right.
Like recently, fee was slashed by a half. That was one of the recommendations we gave. I feel like when the dialogue is, bearing fruits, when the dialogue is actually working, why can we not have it? Instead of, just doing some things that are not, I'm not saying demos are not good. They are actually. The government called us because of the demos we did.
Right.
So I feel like...
I think you make a lot of sense, right? So what's your... So back to the book. I don't want to sound too political. Well, I'll invite you for another political conversation as we approach 2027.
Okay.
When somebody closes this book, when they've just wrapped up the final chapter, what's the one thing you want them to remember from reading the whole book?
There is a chance of redemption.
Yeah.
I want them to, come to self-actualization, or realization that, we don't always have to run away from our problems.
Yeah.
When you close this book, you don't always, have to hold grudges. You don't always have to, have the feeling of resentment of what happened to you in past,
Yeah.
Just don't be bitter.
Let me tell you something. When I used to go for therapy, I've had 2 or 3 therapists. I'll just say 3. Let me say 3. So this lady used to tell me, Kevin, sometimes it's okay to not forgive people. If you feel like they really hurt you, you can hold on to that anger for some time. And then eventually, when you're ready, you can forgive them. Do you agree with that?
I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
Because you can't always just forgive people, but you can still, you have to let yourself, allow yourself to feel.
It's true.
You must. It's part of acceptance, or it's part of, healing, or it's part of moving on.
Yeah, it's true. I like that.
You have to feel it.
Yeah.
You must.
It's your right to feel some. Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't feel that resentment or that state of unforgiving, it will always catch up with you. It's not good.
Very sharp. I like how you put it. If you could speak to your younger self, a girl from Moyale, if she was seated across the table listening to you, what would you tell her?
I'm proud of her.
I love that.
Yeah, and I would also say, that young girl seated in Moyale was very, unsure about herself. She was always like, will people read will people love me? She didn't have confidence, and I will tell her, good job for having that confidence.
It's true.
And good job for being out there.
I gotta tell you, baby, at 22 and you've had 13 books, that is such an achievement. Hats off to you. That's good stuff.
I'm planning to write 30 books when I'm turning 30.
30 more?
When I'm turning 30.
Yeah, at least you'd have done 30 books.
Yeah.
I imagine I don't even doubt you. So you're going to be doing a book a year.
Yeah.
Is it actually hard writing a book?
To me, because it's out of passion.
Okay,
it's
so
not that hard.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Can you believe there was a book I wrote about, it's called a book I wrote about, healing.
Yeah.
I took 1 month, only 1 month.
Oh, wow.
And it's around 200 pages.
That's impressive. 200 is, so you think that's less? 200 is less. Zainab, so have you got any projects you're working on currently?
The book?
Anything, maybe you can tell us about. We can even support you in one way or the other. A book, maybe?
In terms of books, yes. Actually, a couple. So I usually go with my mood. So it's my mood tells me today is political. I get that book and I start writing. So it's a couple of projects. It's not only one.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Are you going to share this book with the president since you're around his circle? Yeah?
Definitely.
You have to share this with the president.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. I like that. So thank you so much for coming through to After Hours. It's been real. Once again, you can put out your contact information and then, of course, tell us about the book launch real quick.
The book launch is happening on 6th of December at Nairobi Safari Club, University Way, opposite University of Nairobi main campus from 1 p.m. Those who will not be able to make it, there is a TikTok live on my page, Dibora Zainab Hirbo, on TikTok. And if you want to purchase this book and you're not in Nairobi or you're not around, we can always deliver with you can contact us on 01 15 60 90 78.
Nice. So every time you launch a book, please remember Harper. This is the first place. Because we love authors and we love to read books and talk about books. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you for hosting me. I really appreciate it.
Asante sana.
Thank you.
It's 6 minutes after 8. Like a Star by Corinne Bailey Ray. And then when we come back, let me check you. There's a guy called Sankara. Yes, he's part of the Rastafari society of Kenya. We'll try and understand the story behind this really prolific society. And if you have any questions, you can call in on 0719012600. Twendekazi.
94.4 Spice FM.